Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the best VPNs to use in China. Now whether you reside in China or you're going to be there for a visit, you're going to need a reliable VPN if you want to access websites like Twitter, YouTube, Netflix, and the many other domains China has blocked. And that's because China has this thing called the Great Firewall, which is a combination of laws and technologies that is used to control internet use within the country. But this firewall also limits access to VPNs, so are there any VPNs that actually work there? Well, the answer is yes, and this video is going to be all about that. But there are also a few key things to know about this firewall if you want to use VPNs in China successfully. And of course, if you're interested in any of the VPNs I'm going to talk about today, you'll find links to pricing and discounts as well as full reviews in the description down below. Alright, so the first thing you need to do before getting a VPN is figure out which cell service to use. You see, China has three main cell providers, which are China Telecom, China Mobile, and China Unicom. These three cell providers have different server data, and while one may limit your VPN access, the other two might not. But the thing is that this is always changing as the firewall advances, so there is no set cell provider to use. For example, at the time of making this video, while testing ExpressVPN from within mainland China, Express worked perfectly fine with both China Telecom and China Mobile, but not China Unicom. And I was able to get easier access to the ExpressVPN website with China Telecom, whereas with China Mobile, I had to use an alternate website name provided by Express in order to access the website in the first place and buy the VPN. Whereas with Surfshark, it also worked perfectly fine with China Telecom, but not with China Mobile, unfortunately. But again, this may or may not change as time goes on. It's difficult to really know for sure when it comes to the Great Firewall of China, and so it's always a good idea to consult with your VPN support and ask them which cell service is the best option before going forward. Now, if you're outside China, you definitely want to download the VPNs before going there. But if you're already within mainland China, then you might need to use the alternative domain names for the VPN websites in case you're not able to access them, although from testing, the links below should get you to the websites just fine. If not, please let us know in the comments below or reach out to the live chat support of the VPN you want. But in case this changes and you can no longer access them, these VPNs would just send you a mirror link or download instructions through email. So if you run into any problems, all you have to do is just contact them and they'll help you with the setup. So in general, when it comes to cell providers, China Telecom is more widely used and it's a lot less strict than China Mobile. So as of right now, out of the three main cell providers, I'd recommend China Telecom for VPN usage. And if that's still not working for whatever reason, you can try accessing the VPN websites via their alternate domain sites. So for example, Express's website was inaccessible when using China Mobile, which is the strict provider, by the way. But then when it was accessed through the alternative domain, Express worked just fine even on China Mobile. And by the way, these alternate links are constantly getting updated because VPNs like Express and Surfshark are always trying to troubleshoot and help people in China gain access to the service. So always make sure that you have the latest link. And if the link you have doesn't work, be sure to contact customer support via email or live chat because they may already have a new alternate domain for you to use, and you can also try looking up the link if you don't want to wait for the response. Now, another thing you should know about China is that the Great Firewall is more technologically advanced than any firewall out there and is constantly improving and changing to limit VPN access. There are also periods during political and social events where the interference with VPNs is increased. And so you're going to need a VPN that has a kill switch so that in case you accidentally lose connection to the VPN server, the VPN will sever your internet connection and none of your data will leak to your ISP or government. Besides that, you can always check with their support to ask about updates or the best servers or configurations that work best at the time. Now, regarding the best VPN options for China, I've tested around 20 of the top VPNs and I've narrowed it down to two options that are not only consistent when it comes to accessing the internet in China, but also have a kill switch to prevent any data leaks, have strict no logs policies, and have 24/7 live chat support in case you face any issues. And these are ExpressVPN and Surfshark. And I've tested out so many more VPNs for use in China, including NordVPN, ViperVPN, Private Internet Access, and PrivateVPN. And even though they're normally great VPNs, as of right now, they're currently not working inside of China. That might change in the future. As I said, the Great Firewall is always changing, but as of right now, the only VPNs I'd recommend are Express and Surfshark. Starting with ExpressVPN, this is going to be my top pick overall as it has the most verified no logs policy, the easiest setup for China, and it's also incredibly easy to use. For setting it up, you don't have to do anything to get it to work in China besides downloading the app and logging in. You see, I talked to ExpressVPN support and asked them whether or not there are manual configurations I need to do to get it to work in China, but it turned out that everything is set by default once you download the app and there's nothing to change. The only small issue is that if you're already in China, you may have trouble accessing the Express website in order to install the app. But as I mentioned previously, you can always access the alternate domain websites and then you should be good to go. And if you're on China Telecom, you can just click the discount links below and it will take you straight to the VPN's website. Besides being the easiest to set up, Express is also the easiest to use. There are no advanced settings or features you need to work with to use the VPN. You can just turn on the app, choose the country you want to connect to, click the on button, and minimize the app. That's all you have to do. Now, this does mean that Express doesn't have a lot of bonus features, but that's by design, as they want it to be very user-friendly. Besides that, they still have all the essential features such as the kill switch and split tunneling, as well as some bonus features like the password manager and the advanced protection feature, which blocks ads, trackers, and malicious sites. And when it comes to connecting to servers, Express is the fastest at doing that, as it takes a maximum of 2 seconds to connect. Meanwhile, other VPNs take around 10 to 15 seconds to establish a connection, which is nice to have. And you have a huge list of over 3,000 servers in 105 countries that you can connect to, which would help you access all sorts of content around the world. Besides that, if you're a privacy-conscious individual, you'll definitely appreciate that Express has the most verified no-logs policy. Now, don't get me wrong, both Express and Surfshark have strict no-logs policies that have been verified by independent firms. However, ExpressVPN went through a real-life situation where the Turkish government seized one of their servers as part of an ongoing investigation, only to find nothing on that server since Express does not log any data. And so if you want the most secure and easiest to use VPN that does not require any configuration to work in China, ExpressVPN is a great option. Now next up is Surfshark, which will be my other reliable pick for China. And while it has all the essentials like Express, it gives you even more features to play with. And like Express, you may need to get the alternate domain link to access the website in order to download and install the app, because the main website link may not work if you're already inside China. But again, the links work just fine with China Telecom, but Surfshark only works and is able to successfully connect with China Telecom, because in my testing, it simply couldn't connect with China Mobile, at least at the time. But what I really like about Surfshark is that you're allowed to virtually secure an unlimited number of devices with just one account, and so it's a great option if you don't want any simultaneous connection limits. Besides that, you'll get access to over 3,200 servers in 100 countries, which is a lot, and you'll also get some bonus features such as an ad blocker for blocking pop-ups, 2 types of specialty servers, and rotating IP. There's also this feature called No Borders mode, which is one of the reasons I included Surfshark on this list. And what this mode does is that it can detect when someone is trying to restrict your network. Then it automatically switches on and connects you to the server that works best under network restrictions. This feature, combined with rotating IP, is pretty essential when it comes to accessing the internet freely in China or any other country with heavy censorship. Oh, and one more thing, Surfshark also offers a dedicated IP, which is pretty impressive given how affordable it is. So ultimately, if you're looking to spend the least amount of money, but still have all the core features of a premium VPN, or if you need a VPN that allows you to secure all of your devices, or if you have a larger family, then Surfshark is the best choice here. And so to sum it up, these VPNs are the best in the business. ExpressVPN is a premium VPN with a strong emphasis on security and utmost anonymity, and it's perfect for those who are privacy conscious and are looking for the best VPN overall. And Surfshark is truly the best budget VPN that gets the job done without sacrificing any of the necessary security features that you usually get with more expensive VPNs. And as a bonus, you get to share it around with as many of your friends and family as you like, which is a great plus. Now, with that being said, it's always best to check with the VPN support for their best recommendations on which servers, settings, and service providers are best to use at the time, since, as I said, things are always changing and the firewall keeps getting better and better at detecting VPNs. And you may need to access the VPNs via their alternate domain sites in order to install them and get them working if you're already in China. Luckily, both these VPNs have 24/7 live chat support and are ready to help you with any technical issues you might face. And if you can't access their website, you can also contact them via email. And that'll be all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the links in the description to grab yourself the best discounts possible. Like and subscribe to see more of these videos, and let me know in the comments if there's anything cybersecurity you'd like me to cover. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.